Here first. Hey everybody, welcome to Picks and Parlays. I'm Detroit Lenny. That's Tim Earl. This is Shootin' Hoops with Lenny and Tim. Or Tim and Lenny, depending on what side you're on. We talk all NBA all the time here. Okay, every Wednesday night, you can catch us 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern, talking all NBA, all things NBA. So, that being said, before we do that, at the bottom, scrolling here at the bottom, is a cool little promo code here for earlsportsbets.com. .com, right? .com, not .net. .com. .com. I never remember .net because it's Picks and Parlays .net and then earlsportsbets.com. So .com/promo, scrolling right at the bottom. 7-day package is only $49. Normally it's $179. You get 7 days for $49. They are number one on Picks and Parlays site right now for handicappers. They are crushing college basketball. See their picks down there, 277, 197. They're up almost 6,200 units.
That was coming into the night. So far,
that's coming
college
into
basketball,
the night.
We're 3-3 to start the night.
So there you go. You're up all that package would have paid for itself 10 times over if you would have just been betting whatever, however much you bet per bet. That's on you. But 6,000 units. Okay, folks, like you do the math.
That's just 61. That's just 61 units. That's the amount of. So it'd be 61.9. 6,000 units.
What did I say? 6,000?
You said 6,000 units. That's
it's been a really long 48 hours for me. So
you're good.
They're up $6,000. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it depends. Depends on what you're betting. Okay, folks. Maybe they're up 6 million. We don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, take advantage of the promo package. They're crushing college basketball. That's the bottom line. Okay, crushing it. They're number one handicappers on picksandparlays.net. Crushing it. Take a look at their website. It's awesome stuff. Also, Tim, explain this.
There's a link in the description. This is for Caesars. It's through Picks and Parlays. You guys get $1,001 match for your first bet on the thing. Click the link in the description. Obviously, it has to be legal in your state in order for you guys to do it. So check. You can go. It should be linked down below. You click on that. Against just the code, and you get $1,001 first bet match up to $1,001. I should say. So if you put in $250, I believe they give you $250 in free play money. So big bonus there, and I wish it was legal in North Carolina because I would be all over Caesars right now. That's fantastic. I'd be pulling my money from my thing and right into Caesars. So
why would you not?
You guys take advantage. Take advantage when you can. North Carolina, it should be legal sometime early 2022 somewhere. So whenever that is, I'm jumping on the promo. So it's linked in the description. Check it out. Definitely a lot of value there.
And here's the thing too. We talk about this. If you guys already have a book that you just love, whatever it is, you should always have another book. You should always be able to shop lines. I mean, and that could make a big difference. So shop your lines. If you already have a book and you like it, still take advantage of Caesars. This first bet match is an awesome promo. So take advantage of that. But let's jump into some NBA. You want to go over some live action real quick? Let's jump into that first.
Yeah, looking at tonight's things, I have 7 plays going. Oh, I have, I think, 5 of them going now, 2 of them going later. I have the over in that Cleveland game. I think none of my overs are looking good at the moment. I should have just taken Cleveland on the spread because they covered it 12 straight. They're up 30 points right now, 107-77 with 6 to go. That one's currently live-lined at, it doesn't have a live line right now, but it's currently at 187. So I need another 30 points in the last 6 minutes, which in a blowout, I don't see that happening. I have the over 223 in the Orlando game. That's 109-88, so that's not even in the 200s yet. So that's going to be a loser. I have the over in the Philly game. That one is at 93-86. I need 102 points each in that game. With 4 to go, so maybe a little bit of foul, funny business, and try to get over it. But I'm not liking any. looks like an 0-3 start to for my totals tonight, so that kind of sucks. Dallas Mavericks are up 1 at the moment, and that's just started the third quarter.
Hold on, let me take a 20-second timeout with that one right there. 20-second. I just want to say on game time decision, if this game, the Lakers and Dallas, ends the way that you said, I will give you all the props you want. I thought Dallas personally was just going to run away with this a little bit. Not run away, but they were going to handedly beat the Lakers. This game's been close. Tim called it. Tim said, Lakers are going to probably keep it close or be leading the whole damn way. And then at the end, because of COVID issues on the bench for the Lakers, Dallas would pull away in the end of the fourth, middle of the fourth, somewhere around there in the fourth quarter. This game is shaping up. I mean, they are, halfway through the third?
About 4 minutes through the third. Dallas has been, Lakers led after the first quarter, and then it got close. I believe it was like a 3-point game at halftime. And it's staying close, and I have a feeling that Dallas will end up winning the fourth quarter. So
live line, that's my live bet. Is I could take the Mavs plus 100 even money basically right now, and that's just locked on me. I talk too much. But go ahead. My timeout is over. I just want to give you props for calling that game the way that it's going currently, but. Continue. And by the way, if you're already in here and you haven't hit the like button, shame on you. Christmas is right around the corner. Hit the like button. You'll be on Santa's naughty list. Hit the like button, everybody.
There you go.
Go ahead, Tim.
I think what I'll end up doing is I'll look towards the end of this, and I might make a live bet tonight. Dallas Mavericks money line fourth quarter. Just because of what I said earlier, I think that could work out. So I might try to dap in that a little bit. There's no current live line for me to jump onto the fourth quarter for the Mavs, so we'll see. But that's my idea for that. I currently have, and then the other games I got tonight: Pacers minus 1.5. They're currently down 5 at halftime. Not a big deal. This will be another similar situation to the Laker game, where I think that the Pacers end up pulling away towards the end of the game. I want to see if Middleton made it into the game today. Chris Middleton is not in the game today, so that actually might help me a little bit throughout the game. It's Drew Holiday and Bobby Portis who are putting up some points for the Bucks today, so that's actually quite beneficial. So looking at that, I kind of wish I put a little bit of money. Not quite. I was going to say Debutant Sabonis triple-double. He's got 10 rebounds already, but only 4 points and 2 assists, so maybe not. But that's a 5-point game. That might be another one where you might want to live bet the Pacers in the fourth quarter to win the fourth quarter outright. So that might be another spot there. But other than that, I have Utah -9 and Memphis -2, and those are the later games. So hopefully those will work out nicely. But right now, my totals look like garbage. And actually, that Heat game's up at 95-91, so I need 11 points from Philly, 7 points from Miami in the last 3 minutes. Definitely possible, so maybe that one can go over.
100% possible, in my opinion.
So maybe I might be able to hit one of my totals.
There you go.
So we'll see.
We'll jump over to chat, say some hi to some people before we get into some other stuff. This is not Net Picks and Chill, sir. This is Shootin' Hoops, so it's the other way around with that arrow. Elliot Peace is Cavs. I'm going to
put Nick into timeout. There we go.
You know, as I rewatched last night's video with your brother or whatever, I rewatched it I think it was like.
And he put me in timeout earlier.
And he put you in timeout, and I laughed out loud to myself, to the point where I was like, these two knuckleheads. Elliot B, though, you are 100% right. Cavs cannot disappoint. They just can't. They are hot right now. We're going to talk about them in a minute. The freaking Lakers, nobody's surprised about them. Caps need to score. I have the Pacers on the money line.
Caps is.
Oh, that's hockey. Yep.
And I have Pacers too. So.
Okay.
We'll see.
So we're
on
that. Speaking though. Talk about Cavs, top 5 teams against the spread. We talked about this last week, and I was very intrigued with some trend. I don't know. Is it a trend? I guess it's a trend. I mean, of who's covering and who's not. Talk to me about the top 5 teams that are covering against the spread. Who you like?
Well, I mean, I got my favorite team in the league. Cleveland Cavaliers after tonight will be 23-7 against the spread this year. I don't know about you, but if you've bet them against the spread every single game, that's out of 30 games they're hitting 23, so that's 70-something%.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds about right. I'm quickly pulling out my calculator to do that.
It's right
30
there.
divided by 23. That's not the right way. I wanted 23 divided by 30. That's about 76%. There you go. That's a really, really good pace. So that kind of works there. So they, number one, by far, not even close. They've got the second place team, which is the Warriors. They got them. Warriors are 18-9-1 against the spread this year. So they, even though they're 23-5, they're not covering the spreads as much. But I don't really expect them to cover 23 out of 28 games because some of their spreads are freaking 13, 14, 12. So I understand them not being able to cover each and every time. And then the other 3 to round out the top 10, Chicago, Memphis, and Charlotte. I will say I've been on Chicago a bunch. I've been on Memphis a bunch. And I've been on Charlotte overs a bunch, which they've been hitting overs quite frequently this year. But I've been on Charlotte a bunch too. Charlotte is up 8 right now on San Antonio. So I know a couple people were interested in San Antonio. That kind of isn't really working out for you guys at the moment. But I don't know. I didn't bet that game. Memphis I have later. Chicago. Chicago's dealing with some COVID issues, which we'll talk about COVID stuff later. And a little bit of a different approach to betting and handicapping when it comes to handicapping COVID stuff.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We'll talk about that. I was going to go in there, but yeah, absolutely. Yep. This Cavs team, I know it's your favorite team right now this year and all that, but I mean, we just touched base about the record and hitting at 76% against the spread.
Yep.
I have a question before, and I'm gonna hit you with this upside the head, and we totally did not prepare this, so I apologize. I'm kind of throwing it in your lap, but how long before you think the market catches up to the Cavs as opposed to the public?
The market will catch up a lot quicker than the public.
Okay.
I think the market's kind of caught up to them. I think tonight's game is a little bit of a fiasco, the fact that they're up freaking 34 points right now. I don't think they expected that to happen at all. The spread. I will say, I was going to say, Rockets 9-1 against the spread. The only time that they did not cover in their last 10 games was against like Oklahoma City, and they were 3-point favorites and then won by 2, which at some point some people might have been able to cover. So I don't know. That one's kind of a little bit fishy, but
that was that game
Rockets game has been hot too.
Depending on where you got it, you could have had 3, you could have had 2.5, you could have had 3.5, depending on where you got it and when you got it. So they covered in some places, didn't cover in another. But either way, 9-1 or 10-0 is damn good. So
which the Rockets are tied for 6th among teams against the spread, so they're up there as well. That was another team because honestly, looking at it, I would have leaned towards the Rockets tonight anyway. Because 9 point, and with Cleveland, I love Cleveland. I love betting them. Most of the time, they're as dogs or 5-point or less favorites. Because that's where I'm looking at it. That's what I like to do. When I saw a 9, I even saw 10s up there last night. That's a lot of points for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Can they cover? Yeah, obviously they can. They can't freaking go over. It's currently at 200 with 2 to go, and it's a blowout. But it's another one of those. I don't know. We'll see with it. Cleveland is definitely legit right now. This will be their 13th straight game that they cover a spread.
Nice. Talk to me a little bit about this, though. The total trends we've been touching base with basically since we created this show.
Yep.
What's your take on? Are we still keeping? I know it's not as much. It's not as crazy of a total trend, but are we still on pace for the unders here for the NBA, or
it's still 54.3% unders. And if if they don't go into overtime, 56.6%. So still leaning a little bit, but not as dramatically that it was hitting at like 60% earlier in the year. In the league so far this year, not including tonight's games, 186 overs, 221 unders. So there has been about 35 more unders than overs this year. So that kind of takes into consideration there. It has been a lot of unders this year. Obviously, that's kind of changed a little bit. It's still you're still hitting unders at a almost professional rate at 54%. So we are seeing unders, but not as much.
Are you attributing that to the market catching up with that, or are you attributing that to teams getting more comfortable as the season goes on with not only players with their shot, but also gelling together? Certain teams, they're not all together all the time. You need new players here, there, systems, blah, blah, blah. Season starts a little slow kind of thing. Nobody can make a damn shot. Now all of a sudden everybody's getting a little warmer. Is it more tempo of the game has caught up? It's more mid-season, not mid-season, but closer towards mid-season? Or is it more the market, the spread has caught up with that and they've adjusted those lines?
I'll say a combination of both. The market definitely sees that it's a heavier under season, and they're kind of adjusting to it. But they can't over-adjust, because at that point, that's when they can really get themselves into some trouble. And yes, the teams are starting to perform a little bit better and adjust to that. I contributed it to the offensive foul, the new rule from last year. That was different last year, where Chris Paul and all of them were having problems with it. It's kind of that type of situation. So I feel like they've kind of gotten adjusted to it. Just I don't really know how much. And fair. We're getting to the point where it's close to where it used to be, but there's still obviously plenty of time for it to move more in the favor of them. Even by the end of the season, the books are good enough. It's going to be 50-50.
Fair enough. We'll jump back over to the chat. Say hi to some people. Your brother, he found another way to get in. Washington's up. Good. That's great. Elliot B says Russell is playing and T-Wolves are up already.
Oh yeah, they're up 9 points in the first quarter. That really means absolutely nothing.
It's 20-11, so yeah.
Yeah, it really
some
means
guy named
nothing.
Earl Gaming says Charlotte has been one of his favorite teams to bet this year. Tempted to take them plus 1,100 to win the division.
I honestly don't mind that. Let me pull up exactly who's in their division. Because they're in a division with Miami, which is going to be outbound for a while, and Butler's all beat up. Washington,
they're banged up.
They're behind Washington by half a game, and we'll see with that tonight. They could possibly tie up Washington tonight.
Does Atlanta?
And then Orlando and Atlanta. Atlanta. There was a better team. Post from Trey Young saying that he's finding a little bit of trouble and lack of motivation, which is definitely something you want to hear from a professional making millions of dollars in the regular season.
Your number one guy, that's your dude. Like that. Could you imagine Kobe Bryant ever saying that?
No.
Or
Kobe
Michael
was
Jordan?
a different animal. Michael Jordan was a different animal.
I know, but that's the mentality you need to have to be 100%. On that caliber of player, like the Michael Jordan, the Kobe, the whoever you want to put up there. But could you? I just don't. That's why I get problems with the NBA. They're y'all some soft.
Cleveland game finished 124-89, so it finished under. So that's a loser. And I need Philly to tie up this game with frickin'. Because it's at 99-96.
96. Yeah, 6 seconds left.
That's not looking pretty.
Hey, you need overtime. Whatever. It's been done.
That would be a miracle at that point. Missed shot from Joel Embiid.
Elliot B says they have caught up with the spread. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, he agrees the market is on them. He feels already. NHL players would never say something like that. Just saying. Yeah, but I'm not going to get into that. You're just trying to poke the bear. I know what you're trying to do, Nick Girl. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Let's talk COVID. Okay.
Let's do it.
And now, right now, if you are watching this show If you don't know what COVID is, just stay in the house. Go in the bathroom, lock the door, get in the tub. It's like tornado drill. Stay in the bathroom, okay? COVID has run through this country and the world multiple times, and it is now hitting the NBA again. And I think a combination, real quick, and then we get your thoughts on this, but I think a combination of COVID and like resting players, load management, that's the term I'm looking for. Load management and COVID is really screwing with some lines and people winning bets and losing bets. I mean, let's be honest, that's the difference. That's why it's very important, by the way, shameless plug, to watch Game Time Decision for all your NBA updates, injury reports, COVID updates, 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Tim Earl. That way. Yep. Talk to me about COVID. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with it right now because it's hitting every single league. It's hitting the NBA, the NHL, NFL. It's going to hit all the core sports right now, and we can't escape it. There's no going around it. And I'm going to kind of say something now that I will probably be contradicting what I've said most of the season. Don't bet lines early right now. I'm a big advocate for betting lines early and just going crazy like that. But COVID is a lot more difficult to project or to handicap compared to an injury or something in that nature. So for it right now, I'm waiting a little bit. I wait until the morning instead of the night to put my stuff in, just because there was no news on it last night, and then all of a sudden this morning we hear that 3 guys from the Lakers, or 3 bench guys for the Lakers, were out because of COVID. And people might look at that and go, whatever, who cares? That's a big deal. Having I know it's bench players, and it's like, oh, but they get 12, 16, and 14 minutes each. What's the big deal? There's a big deal.
It makes a difference.
Because then you got to find either A, somebody else to cover those minutes, and that's going to hurt them a little bit. Or B, you're going to have some of the bigger star players. So, for example, the Lakers tonight. Westbrook, AD, and LeBron are going to have to get extended minutes. That's not good because they get tired. They're not conditioned for it right now, and they're going to end up getting tired throughout the game. They're going to get hurt. So it's going to have a little bit of an impact, and you're going to just try to pick and choose your spots. And I know it's a little bit tricky right now with it, and we'll try to figure it out as we go. But until there's like no COVID reports for at least a week or something, just wait until maybe noon to bet your games. Because most of the time, if COVID testing is around that time, they'll come out with any news by then, and then we'll go. But for right now, I stopped betting my plays the night before just because I can handicap like LeBron or somebody being out, but a bench, like 3 players on the bench, that's a big deal. And the fact that I don't know that the night before, I could figure out the next day. That is when I will say, wait to bet your lines. And I know Allie, if she ever saw me say that, she would go crazy. But wait to bet your lines. For right now, just because of COVID reasons.
And I'll give you a prime example, and it's not in the NBA, but Monday Night Football, for my fantasy team, I have Tyler Higbee starting, and in my fantasy lineup, now all of a sudden Monday afternoon he gets COVID, and I'm like, so he's out. Okay, great, but I can't start anybody else because everybody played yesterday, the Sunday. You know what I mean? So, and I know that doesn't in my head it translates to gambling or betting on my games the night before or whatever, but it's something it's the fact that COVID, you don't know. They have to test day of or night before. So if you're betting them tomorrow, like it's really like we don't know. We don't know who they've been in contact with. You don't know who those bench players are around or if they have COVID or if they just tested positive for it, how bad their symptoms are or whatever. So we can judge the numbers, but COVID has nothing to do with the numbers. You can handicap the numbers, but testing positive for somebody and not, I mean, we joked around on one of the threads on Facebook page that there'd be over 10 players today. We set a line to see the over-under was at 10 for how many players tested positive for COVID today in the NBA.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
I'm just joking.
It's it's serious. No, that's 100%. Because you can handicap one player being out, or hit the like button, guys. You can handicap one player being out, or if somebody's questionable, you can put that into your handicapping a little bit and kind of work your way through that. Yeah. But if you get a notification, X, A, B, C, D are all out, and they're all bench players, or one starter and 3 bench players, or something like that, that you cannot handicap. So that, I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, COVID is a 100% different situation than an injury. And
night and day.
Because if somebody's injured or something, they'll have that Q mark next to their name. Yeah. No. Anybody who gets COVID, they'll go from, they're not in the injury report, not in the injury report, out. Just like that.
Right. And most of the time you kind of know, like, especially at this point in the season, not to bring up the NFL again, but like, if somebody has a nagging injury that they're kind of nursing along the way or something like that. Or you'll get automatic updates or something if somebody, Wednesday during the week, they in practice pulled sprained their MCL or something like that.
Yep.
You'll be able to get that information. But as far as like day of, that morning of, that's really hard to handicap COVID in general. I mean, so there's that.
It 100% is. I'm trying to see through on live betting if I can get Dallas Mavericks fourth quarter. Not quite yet. But
they're down by 2.
Nope, they're tied. They're tied with a minute 30 to go. This is exactly where I want them.
I got them at plus 100, and I'm looking right now. Oh, they're plus 160.
I can grab a plus 160 right now. Just live bet it. I shouldn't, but
listen,
I'm going to.
In the great words of Allie Burns, I'll spend $5 on something worse today.
Yep.
So
and when I live bet, I just do it to have fun a little bit. I just threw $10 on it. That's it.
I got 165.
You put $165 down
no,
on it?
I got plus 165. Plus 165. Don't say that. Mandy might be watching the show.
Mandy, Lenny's betting $165 on a basketball game.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man. Tim Earl, you get my come on, man of the face of the week today. Come on, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know, right? Let's talk tomorrow's action, shall we?
I guess. We don't really have much for tomorrow.
I know. There's like 5 games tomorrow.
4.
And there looks like there's only lines on. I only have lines on the Pistons-Pacers game.
Yeah, you're always going to get a line on that one. Pistons, for whatever reason, that line always comes out right away. Everybody else, I don't know why, but I always see Pistons lines out first.
They just know they suck. And they're like, just throw a number up there. It's not going to be enough. Doesn't matter. Pacers will cover. Line's at 10. Over under 210.5. Bro, I don't know. I got nothing on this game. I want to initially take the Pacers at home.
Plus 10?
Yeah.
No.
Minus 10.
Oh, sorry. Pacers at home.
Pacers minus 10.
You said that. I was looking at.
Yeah, Pacers minus 10 at home. But again, I'm going to wait. You know what I do a lot of my bets is during Morning Wood. While Allie's on the show doing Morning Wood, I already kind of know what I want to do the night before. And I just check lines, COVID report, injury reports, kind of stuff like that. And then as I'm watching her show and whatever, I'll go through and I'm like, okay, I'll do that and that. Because that's at like 10:30 my time in the morning, which is like 1:30 your Eastern time. So by 1:30, kind of good a general idea of at least who's kind of going to be in or not.
Yeah.
At least an idea. So that's kind of when I do that. But talk to me about tomorrow's games. What do you think? There's only 5 games tomorrow.
There's actually 4 games because the Chicago-Toronto game is postponed.
Oh, that is.
Because Chicago has a bunch of COVID stuff going on, so that one kind of
COVID Central.
I really don't know why they are out of all teams got postponed because they got postponed yesterday too. So they have a bunch of games to mix up.
Because it's in Toronto, and the Canadians are not playing with COVID. I'm here to tell you right now. For all our Canadian fans out there, stay safe. Y'all don't play with COVID.
Well, it's not just a Canadian thing, because on Tuesday, Detroit and Chicago got canceled.
That's true.
So it's not because of the Canadians. It's because probably because of Chicago.
That's
So
possible.
and especially if they have a bunch of them, then they're going to
I'm
definitely
still
keep them out of
blaming
the
it on the
country.
Canadians. I'm still blaming it on the Canadians. So.
100%. Blame it on the
Yeah.
Canadians.
Yeah.
No kidding. Love you, Terry. But anyways,
Oh, we love you, Terry, but the Canadians, I don't know.
yeah, I'll bust it. It's. I'm still waiting for some of the lines. Actually, I could probably check another site that I'm not disclosing to see if there's any. Because I know there's a book that I'm not going to say that always has lines out early. So let's go ahead and check through that if they
I know what
have.
you talk about.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I
we
know you
can't
know.
say all that stuff. But
I know. That's why I didn't say anything.
good thinking.
Let's see. Tomorrow. Do they have lines? All right, they have lines for all but that Philly game. So
Okay.
the one book has Indiana 10-point favorites, total of 209. Slight lean towards Detroit, but Detroit, sorry, Lenny, is garbage.
No,
They are 0
sorry
10 in their
needed.
last 10, but they are covering spreads. They're covering spreads half the time.
They're 2
But
and 11 on the road. That's bad.
yeah, it's kind of rough. If this was 10-point spread with Detroit at home, I'd be on Detroit all day. I'm personally
Yes.
not too interested in. I'll obviously do my totals and stuff tomorrow. Maybe you get
Right.
a total for it. Nothing for nothing for the side most likely in that game. Knicks and Houston. They have Knicks at a 5-point favorite, total of 216.
In Houston.
In Houston, Houston is on a second leg of a back-to-back after their game tonight versus who do they face? Getting blown to pieces by the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh yeah. So
Kinda lean
Houston's
towards
got to
Houston.
go. Houston's got to
Kinda lean-
go from Cleveland back
Cleveland
home.
back to Houston, which is not terrible.
It's not,
Probably like
but-
a 4-hour flight, not even. No, 2-hour flight, something like that. Nothing crazy.
2.5 hours, 3 hours.
I would probably lean towards Houston just because Houston has been really, really good against the spread lately. And the Knicks, I cannot really trust at the moment.
Yeah.
Knicks 2-8 their last 10, and 3-7 their last 10 against the spread. So New York's definitely not a team I want to trust. I trusted them against the Warriors, and I saw how that got me. And then the last game of the night is Washington and Phoenix. They have Phoenix as a 9.5-point home favorite, total of 217. At this point, probably just look towards Phoenix. Phoenix had a night off tonight, and
I might look at the totals in these
Washington.
games. I don't like no sides.
I cannot say I like a side for this one. Washington just played. No, Washington didn't play tonight. Sorry, Washington does play tonight. They play at 10 o'clock. So this would probably be a lean towards. They play the Kings, and that's going to be a high-paced, up and down the court type of game. So I'd probably be leaning towards Phoenix after Washington's going a rough game tonight. So their leans. Obviously, stay tuned for the Oral Sports Bet Show in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Plug that in. Which I'm gonna do a quick check because I thought we were close. 1,500. We had it.
Oh, nice. Nice. Nice.
So we'll figure out something.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
We'll come up with something for a giveaway. I know we might try to do the next time we are able to get a 9-game college basketball card or a college basketball package. We'll probably try to do 1,500 subscribers for 1,500 pennies. So $15 for the package or something like that. See if that can fly. Like we got to get approval for that one though.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Hey, good job on that. I know, Nick, if you're watching too, good job on that. You guys, I remember we were trying to scramble to get to 1,000. We were pushing for 1,000 subscribers, and now I feel like that was like last week. And now we're at 1,500. Good job, gentlemen. Nobody gives out more free content than those guys. Those guys bust their butt. I think a lot of times people forget that Earl Sports Bets is 2 people. And it's not just one handicap. They put in twice as much content. They put in twice as much work. They do the work. And it shows off. And congratulations on the subscribers. You guys deserve it. That's the nicest thing I'm going to say to you today. Other than that, You know.
If you didn't give me crap, I would worry if you were all right. So I appreciate that.
Right? You're
If
welcome.
you're not giving me shit, who will?
Exactly. That's what I tell my kids. But whatever. I tell everybody that actually. So
I always say, it's in the contract.
Yeah.
I have to give you crap. You have to give me crap. It's in the contract.
I should have made Craig put that in my contract that I have to give you guys crap on a every day basis.
You don't need to put it in a contract. You do it anyway.
That's fair too. That is fair. Lakers game tied 73-73 starting the fourth quarter. So got them right where we want them, folks. Got them right where we want them.
Yes, we do.
Don't be alarmed, by the way. I want to mention this right now. Tim's wearing might be the best shirt he owns. By the way, it's best.
Oh, no, I have a Buffalo Sabres shirt over there. So
it's untrue. That might be the best T-shirt he owns. He did not lose a bet. When he texts Allie in our little group chat, he texts Pitch Shirt. She's like, "Did you lose a bet to Lenny?" And he's like, "No, it was just cheap and on sale." Like, whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm
I remember we were sitting in the lobby before game time decision one day, and we're going through like, "Oh, we got this, we got this, we got this." Because me and Nick, if you guys have watched our content, you see our massive jersey collection at this point. I think I've gotten 70% of the NBA. Nick's gotten about 65-70% of the NHL. We need to work on our baseball. NFL, we have like 50% of the league. So we were sitting in the lobby. I'm like, I don't have anything Detroit for the Tigers. I have a Pistons shirt. I'll give you that. We do not have anything from the Red Wings, and we do not have any Lions stuff yet. But what we do is normally all of our shopping comes from the secondhand store. So what we'll do is we'll go to GCF or Platos or Play It Again and try to find certain jerseys. And normally, instead of having to pay $100 a jersey, I can find like this shirt I got off of whatever website for $18 or something. But nice. Like some of my jerseys, and even my dad will look at some secondhand stores and he'll find them for $5, $10, $20, and we're like, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, baller. I have the hoodie version on. Mine's a little. I got mine for Father's Day. I thought it was cool because it says the wherever the hell the AD is, so it says Dad.
Yeah,
it's cool all the time. I like it though. Yours is pretty cool too.
Got myself a Detroit Tiger because I will say. And I know Lenny's going to be happy when he hears this name. I remember when I was playing 2007, the show, one of my favorite teams to play with was the Detroit Tigers. And my favorite player on that team was not Miguel Cabrera, but it was Maglio Ordonez.
Oh, yeah.
I remember playing with him. I remember Sean Casey as the first baseman. Ivan Rodriguez, Pudge as the catcher. I remember my favorite pitcher to use because for whatever reason, I thought it was so fun that Joel Zamaya could throw 100 miles an hour in my game. So it was fun to use him. I used Kenny Rogers a lot. Todd Jones was the closer.
Gambler. Yeah.
That
was a good time. That was good. That was a good team.
I just remember playing that, and Detroit was one of my favorite teams to play with. And one of the summers when I was younger, because I used to live up in New York, and my grandparents would take me on different vacations. And one of the trips we went to was Cooperstown. And when we were there, because obviously me and Nick are humongous Mets fans, but when we were there, we got hats for teams that we liked that weren't the Mets. Nick got a Cincinnati Reds hat because he liked the Reds at the time. Because when we played our video game, the MLB 07, the show, that's the team he used to play with a lot. Don't remember why. Of course, I got Detroit. I got a Detroit Tigers hat. I don't know why I remember all this, but it was a fun
logo.
I always thought the Detroit Tigers were fun to play with. So, real quick, Dallas Mavericks up 7 points now.
Live betting like degenerate.
Yes.
Go back to the NBA. Q wants to know, how do you feel about the Jazz game tonight? Jazz minus 11.
Ooh, that jumped up. I got a minus 9. Minus 11, that just tells me that. And we're going to get probably a live game time decision type deal. This one's for tonight's games. Yep, Paul George is out tonight. So there you go. I had a feeling he would be, which just significantly impacts the bench players. So makes sense that happened, that they're now 11-point favorites. I got them at 9. I really like the Jazz.
Yeah,
I think they win by 15, 20 points tonight.
Mavs start the fourth quarter on a 7-0 run. Lakers take a full timeout. Shocker. So that's going to wrap it up, though, for us on Shootin' Hoops here. We appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget, take advantage of the Earl Sportsbet promo package. $49 for 7 days of picks. You will get your money's worth, I guarantee you. And it's $179 normally. So $49. They're not going to run this promo forever. It's just a new thing showing, obviously, for Earl Sports Bets. Take advantage of that package. They're the number 1 handicappers on Picks and Parlays.
There you go.
Take advantage
I'll
of
show
that.
off the
Pull up
standings right now.
Pull it off.
Bam. Oh, and look. We finally did it. Yoink. We got our 1,000th win tonight.
It's the little things in life,
942. That's since the end of April when we joined the Picks and Parlays. But also, bada bing, bada boom, up 62. Really, up 62. Nice. What did we hit tonight? Hold on. Did one of the things I marked an L a win? Because we've gone up. Okay, yeah, my totals did not work out, but hit that one, hit that one, hit that one. Interesting. I might not have counted a loser yet. That might have been it. But anyways, I had the game on the screen.
That's fine.
Anyways.
But we are Shootin' Hoops with Lenny and Tim. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I know Tim does as well. As always, good luck to all you guys out there. We will be back. We're here every Wednesday night, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, talking all things NBA. So I appreciate everyone stopping by. Good luck on all your bets. You know the drill unless you're against us. So peace out. We'll talk to you guys next